Alright, I think I'm all good. I think I've got everything. Microphone seems to be working. Music seems to be working. Good evening, guys. Welcome to Thursday and Cecconoid night. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for the resub, Fitrend, and thank you for the host, Andy. Appreciated. Praise be the spiral. I should start all my streams with Praise be the spiral. Oh, I got my Praise be the spiral t-shirt coming soon, so I just can't wait to wear that on stream. It's gonna be good. Which I will be. So I had a look at doing merch for the channel, and it's really easy. So I just have to upload images and stuff. So I'm gonna sort out a few bits of merch just in case anybody wants to buy any. I don't have to buy any stock; it's made on the fly. So and anything you do buy goes back into the channel as well. So if anybody does want any of that stuff, why you'd want that, I don't know. But I might make some useful stuff as well. So we shall see. We'll see what we can come up with. But the Praise Be Spiral t-shirts are actually available now. But I'm going to wait to see what the quality's like before I give you guys the link, just in case it's shit. I don't want you guys to be purchasing anything that's crap. So before we start as well, I just want to show. So this is my first dual print with white, which is the Mega 65 case. It has got a few issues on it. You can see the blue leaks through in places like on the bed. Don't know if you can see that. It kind of bleeds through a little bit to the other side. I'm not sure why that happens, but it still looks kind of better than just a plain white case. That's kind of nice. So this is Andy's case. So just need to do the top. It actually looks quite nice just with a blue top on it as well. But I'm going to do a white top for it as well. So, but yeah, it looks kind of nice. So yeah, that'll be on the way after the weekend. And I've done Steps's what are they? What are they? I forgot what they were. Easy Flash. So I built some Easy Flash for Steps as a thank you for all his help over the years. I say years. That's been 2 years anyway, and he's sending them as a thanks to Amok. So would like to wear one and see if you ever meet someone else. Yeah, that would be mad, wouldn't it? Had a quick look at Turbo Rascal, so it might be an interesting option than a Mega 65 platform part hasn't been released yet. Yeah, I know Luat's been working quite hard on that, and Prince Phase has been testing that out, I think. So it's on its way. Yeah. Oh, just on another note for that. So the basic competition is going to start. I say competition. The basic challenge is going to start on Saturday. I can tell you unofficially what it is now, so you can kind of get a head start on it if you want right now. But basically, it will be to rewrite a classic game. So you can write Tetris, Pong, Pac-Man, whatever you want, any kind of classic game you want in Mega 65 Basic. And I've been thinking long and hard about how to do this and make sure that everybody's in the same environment to do this. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to take the latest stable branch of the emulator as of Saturday. So whatever the branch is on Saturday, the latest master is on Saturday, that's going to be the version that you use. There are slightly better branches, but that would mean setting up and compiling those branches, and I don't want to complicate things, so we're just going to go with that branch. They've all got kind of pros and cons anyway, and it will be a version of the ROM which I will name the exact file name on the night, and then you unfortunately will have to go and find this yourself. And that will be about it. That's all you'll need to do is just those two files. And the only other thing actually you will need to do is change your shortcut. So when you start the program up, it mounts a D81 file that's on your desktop or somewhere, because otherwise it mounts one that's on the SD card image that's built into the emulator, and it'd be very hard to get the files out and send them to me. But I'll write the rules up properly and the instructions on how to do that on Saturday, and I'll go through the exact kind of timeline of it. So you get an idea of how long you've got. There are caveats to what works and what doesn't in Basic. For instance, sprite collision doesn't work at the moment on the emulator, so that's not a don't expect to be able to use sprite collision. You'll have to do your own kind of collision stuff in there. But everybody's in the same boat there. So if you have a problem, just ask a question, either in our Discord or in the Mega 65 Discord, and you'll get an answer as to whether or not it's supported or not yet. But there's definitely enough there to make a game. So I would suggest going for something quite simple to begin with. I honestly, Mythical Duck, I do not know. You would have to check in the manual. I would assume so. I would assume so. Okay, right. So tonight, what I wanted to do is we the last. So it's been 2 weeks since we did anything. The last time we did something, it was the little spinny thing. I called it the mace. I think somebody else called it the mace actually, so it's not my own name. Let me add points to you all and start the quiz. Hang on, points. There we go. And I'll start the quiz and races off for you. I'm going to put it on 25 minutes. There we go. Atari ST. So yeah, tonight what we're going to do is we're going to make that actually hit things and destroy things. So what is that? Is it after? But why am I saying things? Stop saying things. It's not anyway. So wow, one Copperberg down. Crazy cards. Got that one. SP. Oh, Mr. G got it. Private message. Hey, Crazy. How you doing? Well. So let's start by just running the game. Just double check where we were up to. I'm gonna have to start the music now. Every time I take a video, the music turns back on again. It's kind of annoying, but unfortunately, it's the best way to record from the system. Okay, so still want to mess around with the Starfield. I was thinking I might actually extend the Starfield a little bit to more than 10 characters, but we'll take a look at that another time. Okay, so yeah, we've got the mace working with a kind of particle system going around it. Not quite, but doesn't look too bad. Actually, it looks kind of all right on stream tonight. Didn't look that good last time. It looks a lot better in reality though. So yeah, we just need to get this to bang into things. So basically, if I do that, then that pod should destroy. That should destroy. I should just be able to rush through all of these, smashing into them. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Hopefully, it shouldn't take too long. I think it'll be quite easy actually. And we need to determine kind of what strength it has as well. I get the impression it's quite strong. So I'm see at the moment the shots are all the same. I don't think there's any difference in how many shots things take. These take 2 shots with is this a double bullet? I think it is. Yeah, 2 shots with a double bullet. So let's have a look what it takes with a single bullet, because I can't remember if we implemented stronger weapons or not. I don't think we did. So seem to recall there being a sprite issue in changing screen. Yeah, that was fixed. Yeah. So that was because we didn't have this. Oh, hang on. Hang on. I'm trying to remember now. Was because there was a few different issues. I think we need to look into them. Let me just check this a second. Hang on. So I just want to see how many shots this takes. So it took 2 with the double bullet. Takes 2 with this. Okay, so the bullets don't have any strength. So that's something we need to add to it. Some different strength to the bullets. Should be relatively easy to do. We just need to add a kind of array of a table of kind of bullet strength values, basically. And then what we'll do is we'll add a strength value into the mace as it flies around. Um, I think we did. There was definitely one sprite issue when we changed screen, which is we saw two sprites down here, and that was fixed by adding this power up symbol for the mace, which solved that issue because it was just trying to draw something that didn't exist. Um, but there are other little issues. So I'm not too fussed at the moment as long as it's mostly playable. Um, and then what I'll do, same as I've done with pick and mix, is I'll go through at the end and add the polish and fixes in where possible, unless I see something occurring a lot and it's bugging me enough to want to go and fix it. But so far this is fine. So like here, as soon as I grab that, I should just be able to plow into these, uh, which at the moment take only one shot, but one shot with a double gun as well. So okay, so let's take a look at changing the weapon strengths first. So then we can add that. Just to talk about the competition, I keep calling it a competition. It isn't a competition. It's just a challenge, basically. If you make something which can be deemed to be a reimagining or remake of a classic game, then it will be classed as a valid entry. And if you get a valid entry, then you will be entered into the prize draw on the night. And the reason I'm doing that is because I don't want to only award to the people who are kind of the most proficient at any one thing. So I want it to be a fair thing. So as long as you show some interest, um, then then you should be able to get entered into the prize draw. So it must be a remake of a classic game only. Yeah, I mean it can be very loosely based on it. Also, as long as there's something to tie to it. So say you did Tetris but with different shapes, like I don't know, three squares instead of four or something. That would be fine. That would be a very boring game because there's only two shapes you can make with it. Um, but yeah, it's perfectly valid to make something which is based on an original game, on a classic game, as long as there is an obvious kind. As long as you can say this is based on blah blah blah, and the entries won't be judged. It's not who can make the best game, as I said. As long as you make a game, then it's a valid entry. You can spend as little or as long on it as you want. It just needs to be considered a remake of a classic. Um, so I said you can make Pong if you want. You can just make a bat in a square if you want. Uh, it really doesn't matter. The idea is to get you guys playing around with basic. I mean, obviously, it needs to be more than that. Stuff like that will not be considered a remake of a game. It needs to actually have some substance to the game. Hey, Truton is welcome to the stream. Okay, let's have a look. So there is bullets here. Okay, so let me drop this one in here. So I'm guessing somewhere in here has the bullet hit something, which is here. A bullet has hit something. Here we go. Okay, so here is where we actually hit something, and this will be where the health is taken down. Now, does a bullet have anything attached to say what type it is? It has a char attached to it, but it doesn't have a type attached to it. So I'm going to add strength to it here. Um, and this is just going to be how many points we take off when we hit something. So first of all, we need to find where this is added. A bit of Airwolf. We don't hear much Airwolf anymore, I must admit. Hey, Cosmin. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to write a massive game, then by all means take some. You play Airwolf twice every night, do you? I miss it. I think most nights. I think I'm probably in the zone half the time. um, yeah, if you want to take an easy kind of route to making the game, then just look all the way back to the beginning. You know, look at the grandstand consoles and the stuff that came out before the Atari. Look at that sort of stuff. Um, and the thing is, as well, is these programs will probably get entered into some into the Mega 65 file archive as well. I'm going to probably make that part of the um, part of the entry requirements, that you give us the permission to just drop it into the Mega 65 file repo. That's just to give other devs something to look at, something to test stuff on, and stuff. So it's basically just sharing it with the Mega 65 community. Um, and again, it doesn't have to be the best code. It doesn't have to be the neatest code. It just has to be something that works, and then you'll get entered into it. So, okay, so there's lots of these add bullets here with is player directly after it. So this is where we need to do the work. And you can see here, it's adding various properties to the bullet after each one. So what we need to do now is we also obviously need to something like this, data strength. This is a player bullet. So oh, actually no, this is not a player bullet. This is enemy bullet. Okay, this is spikes forward. So let's do the spikes first. These just have a strength of 1, because basically it doesn't really matter with these. As soon as they hit the player, you're dead anyway. In fact, they don't need a strength. They're not. It's one shot and you're dead, really. So is Samantha Fox strip poker considered? I mean, yes, it is. I mean, yeah, it definitely is. So if that's what you wanted to do, then by all means go for it. I mean, a modern reimagining of that with the with the with the Mega 65 would be pretty decent, I think. Right, where is the player? Where does the player add the bullets? Is it in player? Just checking here. Add bullet. Here we go. Shoot. Okay, add bullet. Just adds a single bullet. Oh, that's right, because we actually haven't got the 3-way kind of split bullets yet. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is we've got player weapon strength here, so hopefully I can load that in. Let's find out how that's actually set. Is it? I bet that's actually set to 0 as the lowest and not 1 as the lowest. Actually, it's not set at all. Okay. Interesting. So I've got to follow the path all the way back to where the player bullets are increased in value. Power ups. Here we go. Update power ups. Move to player. Move toward the player. Now calculated. Are we touching? Yes, we're touching. We've grabbed it. Consume power up. Consume power up. It's here. Speed shot. Okay. Load weapon charge. Shot 2. Shot 3. Okay. So what I'm going to do in here is change the strength in here to 3. Store that at 2. Sorry. Store that at see the player. Yeah. Of course it is. It says player underneath it. There we go. Okay, because it looks like here none of these were actually set at all. So I'm going to make sure that this is default set to 1 as well. Okay, So that's that, and then in it maybe no, let's do it in player in here. Right, there we go. So now we've got player set. Oh, also we need to make sure the right weapon is loaded in. So this would have been a bug. So here we go. So shot 1, shot 2, weapon chars. So this would be 0. Okay. So it's making sure that when the player initializes, he's loaded with the first weapon set and the weapon strength of 1. Right, now when we actually shoot, in here, and we add the bullet, wherever that is, fire control, here we go, add bullet. So we add the bullet, and then this is bullets, and this would be player. Why did that show us 2? It showed us 2 then for some reason. Oh, okay. It's found one in another file. I must have opened. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Anyone asking about the Autorun? Yeah. I think I touched on it briefly, but yeah, it'd be good if it was written down somewhere. So thanks for Andy. I take it you've had people asking you that. Had a lot of questions. Yeah, I can imagine actually, because it is unusual. I'd certainly never used it like that before. I knew it was there, but I'd never actually used it before. I'd never done anything with it. I just knew it was an area that was run at the beginning. And it didn't even occur to me until I think it was Paul had mentioned it to me because we were chatting about the challenge in private message because neither of us were going to win anything from it. So we were chatting about it, and he was talking about trying to get it to work in there. And I was like, I thought, oh bloody hell, yeah, that's there. And then I just had a go at it and managed to get it to work. The trick is to end on that value, not to start at that value, because the stuff after it gets corrupted really quickly. But the stuff before it doesn't. So you can easily squeeze in 50 bytes down there. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that adds a weapon strength. So now our weapons have a strength. So that means now when things are hit with them, so we can follow the chain of the update. So this is the update routine. Bullet has hit something. So here we've hit something. Do we know which bullet has hit something? Okay, so we're on X. So we know it's a data.y, X somewhere, which is okay. So X has not changed, and it's been transferred to the accumulator for some reason. Oh, because it's pushed onto the stack. Okay, so destroy will remove item. Okay, so let's keep that over there together with that one. And now we're looking for remove item, which is this one here. So at this point, yes, we have X here. But we need to remove hit points from it. So where's the hit points? Okay, what's this? So we store the destroy X and destroy Y. It's the screen RAM. Okay, so we're probably going to need to store our X somewhere as well. So I'm going to store X in Let's make a 0-page reference again for this one. Got destroy X and destroy Y, so let's just add it in here. Hit strength. Let's make it a byte. I need to check on how many of these values we're using. Thing is, a lot of these values in the second half can be reused. We do have some. I need to check. Yeah, I need to have a look because we have got some multiplex stuff in there as well. But that should be fine, I think. It's really simple, really. Once your brain starts bleeding, yeah. Yeah, Gray's YouTube. Feel free to drop Gray's link in here if you want. Or are you just randomly shouting people out? I think you're just randomly shouting people out. You've been on the E numbers tonight. But yeah, drop a link to his YouTube. One might as well. You woke up 2 minutes before stream tonight. Oh, you're not going to sleep then later. If you're anything like me. Okay, so stored the hit strength. Then we go through this routine, which works out here. Reduce hit points. Here we go. So now we've got a routine which reduces the hit points. And it's this value here, I think. Yes. Okay, so I'm not sure why we do a branch of equal and then a branch of equal again. That doesn't make any sense. Why is I don't know why there's two. Oh, it's just because of consistency with this, I think. Okay, so I'm not sure what that is doing. So this looks like, oh, if it needs to be removed, then we just say it's health to 0 and remove it, and that jumps to here. Okay, so I can change that to this here. And then I need to change this to carry clear. Oh, no, actually, this needs to be both. This needs to be branch of equal or branch of carry clear. Now, the reason I need to put 2 in here is because now I'm going to subtract more than just 1. So it could go below 0. So I'm subtracting hit strength here. So I need both of these in. So I need to catch the case when it hits 0, and I need to catch the case when it goes past 0. So if it does go in past 0, I need to, as much as this has already been done up here, I need to do it again here just to ensure that the value is stored properly. And then it gets the bonus type. Okay. Okay, so in theory now, that should be enough for me to run this with... no, something failed. Oh, okay. Where is that now? That's the question. Where the hell is that? Oh, it's in player in there, isn't it? Load weapon shards. It's going to be power-ups, isn't it? Power ups. See if that's right. It should be enough for me to run this and see that the stuff is destroyed quicker with the double weapon. So we'll go and hit it once with the normal weapon, and then we'll get the double weapon and try it again and see if it dies quicker. So normally they take 2 shots, and I'm thinking now it should be able to do it in 1 shot with the double weapon. So we shall see. Also looking at our 0-page stuff, looks all right. Yeah, Our 0-page stuff for sprites and particles is fine. We've got quite a bit of room still down here. We've got maybe 26 bytes down here that we can mess with in the permanent 0-page storage. And then we've got 67 bytes roughly in the upper stuff, which we'll be using for all the other screen-based stuff. And in terms of cartridge space, actually, it doesn't tell us how much cartridge space we've got, but there's quite a lot left still anyway. So we've got between 2E-C8F and 7E00, so that's like it's more than half of the cartridge left. I think it's more than that actually. Oh no, it's probably right actually because we've got all the char sets and stuff. I think in here, I don't know what this one is here. That's what's bothering me. I don't know what that is. I imagine it's some massive asset file or something. It's probably the char data and map data, but it's taking up 128K or something, so it might be map data. All right, so let's test that out. So should be able to quickly go and let's get the speed. Whoop, that button there. We'll quiz in a minute. Okay, so we're going to go and hit one. Well, let's go and knock all these mines off first. These mines are a bit annoying because you have to trigger them all the time. So, okay, so with the mines disappeared, one. Oh, that took one shot. Why is it taking one shot now? Okay, something's broken here, isn't it? Yeah, something's very broken here. And they shouldn't take one shot. Okay. We can do this all on the first screen as well. So reduce hit points. So this is where the hit points are reduced. This is where the hit strength happens. So let me just put that back to 0, 1. This obviously is the problem. So we can do this on the first screen actually. So how many shots it takes to kill the pod. Somewhere I should be able to set a different weapon strength and a different weapon here. Yeah, quite easily just change these values to test it out. Okay, so this pod should take 10 shots, I believe. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, okay, so it takes 10 shots. But the moment I did this, it changed. Now, is it because it's doing it once for every piece on... maybe, yeah. Maybe that's it, actually. Yeah, that is it. In fact, I know for a fact that's it. Okay, so what I'm going to do... is here. I'm going to do... We're just going to reset the hit strength. So if it comes in here again, it's not going to take extra hits. Oh, actually, no, I don't think that is it. Let me just cancel it out and just see what happens. Maybe that's not it. Oh, I missed the thing. Oh, it's still on. Okay. What's that? Hmm. Hollywood or bust. OSP, that was close. I was too late steps. All right, let's give this a try. I need to figure out what's going on here. It might be that this is being hit more than once. I need to test it out. Not enough ST in the quiz. So yeah, I got an ST one that you didn't get last time. That's kind of embarrassing. Okay, that seemed to hit twice then. Okay, let me do that again because that was killed in 5 shots. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 shots. Okay, so why might that be happening? Is hit strength more than 1? I'll tell you what. Just colour the border according to what it is. It should be white because hit strength is 1. This is our strength here. We don't do anything to it. I would expect it to just be 1. Thanks for the follow, Final Prog. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. And hey, Dr. Goggles as well. Yeah. I think I'm getting to the point where I do need to do a little bit less kind of jumping around between projects. So it'd be good to get onto a Mega 65 project permanently because I do forget so much between streams. It's kind of crazy. Like, I can't remember how many times this routine is hit. I think it's only hit once. Or at least it should only be hit once. But you see that it's incrementing every time. Why is it incrementing? What? Why is it incrementing? It's loading the value from here. Stack space is broken. But I'm not loading it from the stack. I'm loading this directly from 0 page, so wouldn't I just reduce it by that? Yes, but you could do it like that, but the problem with that is if you pick another weapon up in the meantime, while another bullet's flying along, then technically you'll be using. I mean, it's going to be so minor that it would possibly happen, but it would. You could possibly have a bullet flying out that. Oh, my brain stack. Yeah, this stack space is definitely broken. Yeah, it would be possible to have a stream of say level 1 bullets and then pick up a triple laser, and immediately those level 1 bullets would have the strength of lasers, which is it's going to be such an edge case that it's probably not worth mentioning. But it is proper to do it this way, I think. But yeah, I did consider doing it that way straight away, but it wouldn't be exactly right though to do it that way. So I want to check on that value in memory actually there. So let's find out where that is. But good question. I do like it when people ask questions. It shows that people are paying attention and not just crazy gamblers. I mean, you're all crazy gamblers anyway, but 2982, all right. But it's nice. I feel noticed. I feel noticed. Oh. Hey, Five Sprites. Welcome to the stream. Five Sprites is my hero at the moment. Thanks for the 50 bits, Five Sprites. So I'm sorry if I keep embarrassing you with this, but I'm going to keep doing it anyway. Five Sprites was the one who donated 2 boards to us. And the reason we managed to give away 3 of these boards at the weekend. Very much appreciated. And everybody should send Fire Sprites all the thanks and your shimmer shillings if you want to. Just shower him. He means he deserves it. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't know what I'm asking. This is true. You wouldn't, but I'm just glad. To be fair, I'm just glad people are here. That's the main thing, right? But if I can teach people something at the same time, brilliant. That's what I am trying to do. Um, and I think we do. I think we do teach a lot. We've got a lot of games that have come out of this now. So 0-1. Okay, so let's find there. Let's find out where hit strength is. Because maybe this value is changing for whatever reason. A5. Is it A5? Yeah, A5. And it always, yeah, that's increasing for some reason. Okay, store X. Oh, it's this is why. This is why. Okay, I'm storing the index, not the actual value. So okay, that's it. Nice and simple. Shannon teaches Campbell all pays. uh, I wonder if the gambling commission knows about this. Probably not. And I deal a lot with the gambling commission. I mean, not directly. I have to kind of abide by a lot of the. I work for a gambling company, so I have to deal with a lot of that sort of stuff. And yeah, I mean, thankfully, because there's no monetary value in these, it's fine. Um, hey, Warlock, you know my pain. Oh, do you work in similar industry then, Fire Spirits, or have done? Oh, let's close some of these down. Okay, so this should be fine. Why is it not loading? Oh, there we go. One in the gambling industry here. Yeah, it is pretty. It's pretty cutthroat actually. The gambling stuff, but it pays really well, which is nice. Um, I'd say it's probably one of the better paid programming jobs out there. Although I don't program anymore, I'm security now. So yeah, there we go. Seems to be, although it's borders 0 all the time now. Wait, what was going on now? I can't shoot at all. Uh, okay. Bullet data strength, comma X, store hit strength. Okay. Uh, what the hell? That should be fine. Must be the way I'm adding it in. Maybe store. Oh, for fuck's sake! There we go. It's the same all the time. I'm mixing things up, and I don't know why I'm mixing things up because I've been doing Mega 65, which is basically the same. There isn't really any difference, so I don't know why I'm making a mess of it tonight. I'm doing too many things. That's what it is. Tonight's wine is Copperberger sorted. It is indeed. There you go. I think what I like about the industry that I'm in is you do get to work with interesting tech. Oh, what was that? Was that a? Oh no, it's just the screen scrolling. You do get to work with interesting tech, and it pays well, and you don't have the crazy hours that you get with Triple A companies. No one's expecting me to work 8 hours overtime constantly. which is nice. The downside of it is the actual product that you make is not that interesting. So it's not like you're going to be making, Cyberpunk or Call of Duty or anything like this. It's quite boring in terms of the stuff you do. Some of the back end stuff is kind of interesting, and the security is really interesting because obviously these sort of sites need to be super secure. So it's kind of cool to work in that side of things now. I'd say that's definitely more interesting for me than just the normal coding stuff. All right, so these were taking 2 shots before, and I've got the double weapon now, so they should take 1 shot. Yes, excellent. Okay, these should still take 1 shot and die properly. Yes. Okay, cool. So now we can move on to the mace. It's very interesting. Very good that we've got this working. There was a bug down here. I remember seeing something broke down here last time. It's not doing it now, but there was like a missing piece somewhere down here. So uh, I did, before I moved over to security, I was looking at various retail industry tech positions. Um, and there's some interesting tech stacks in them, but I just got the feeling like they were going to be well established things, no real room for innovation, just kind of supporting some ancient kind of legacy software that nobody who wrote the original code still works there. It's been passed down through 7 or 8 different people, and I could imagine it being really quite stressful and not great. So even though the tech stacks themselves looked interesting, I realized it wouldn't be any innovation in it. So I kind of stepped away from it and then decided, no, let's go down the security route instead. The security is really, really fun. I mean, I get to hack things all day. I get paid to hack stuff. It's amazing. I take their COBOL code and convert it to Python. Oh my god, I'm going through these ciders pretty quick. Might have to get another cider. This is one of the best SIDs. I think this is my favorite SID of the last few months, actually. It's Andy who keeps requesting this as well. It's a really, really good tune. And somehow it captures Bowie's voice almost. It's weird. It's got all the little inflections and stuff. It's done really well. Oh, well, there will be now you've said that, Five Sprites. Okay, so we've got the mace now. So what we're going to do, we're just going to do a single character lookup. I don't think it needs to be super accurate. You're not kind of edging into an area with this. You're just charging in. You're going into an area like this, going just trying to bash as much as you can. So I'm not going to do a single character look. I'm not going to do more than a single character lookup on this. So all we're going to do is we're going to take the middle of the sprite, the very very center of the sprite. So where that dot is there. In fact, let's just pause it. Thanks for the follow, Herp Serp Merp. Like the name. Mostly in a security job, you get to poke a lot of fun at PHP. Yeah, PHP is fucking terrible. Yeah, I mean, actually, it's probably a bit less so than it used to be, but I mean, it still accounts for a huge portion of security holes and things. But the only reason it counts for less nowadays is because people have either moved away from PHP or patched the crap out of it with other things. So not so much PHP has been patched, but there's been I don't know, SQL sanitization libraries and things to input sanitization libraries or other things in their HTML, HTTP and TCP spec to change the way things work. So yeah. Uh, my job's mostly yeah, I mean it's a mixture of kind of trying to find cross-site scripting exploits, cross-site request forgery exploits. Uh, Checking for weak ciphers as well is quite big. And then looking for kind of weak points in our defenses, so like user enumeration and things like that. If you can get a list of which emails are being used on a site without actually um, having access to the database, just a way to test things, uh, and then combine that with a couple of kind of a couple of kind of different exploits for various things. So like WordPress sites, for instance, they're usually a piece of piss to break into. Mainly because there's tools to scan them and there's tools to run against them. So you don't even need to really know much, just how to run the tools. Stuff like Kali Linux makes that really easy. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to test a little dot in the middle here. And all we're going to do is we're just going to grab the character that's underneath this dot, and then we're going to check it against whether it's whether it can be exploded or not. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to treat this, wherever this is, as a bullet, and all we're going to do is every frame we're just going to say a bullet is being tested here, and then we should in theory just be able to run the routine in here, update bullet. So we probably have to copy a little bit of the code in here, but we should just be able to check a position in screen RAM. Is it that one? It should be pretty easy to do anyway. Wherever the check is, where it's hit something. There, it's hit something. Yeah, here we go. So we just compare here to see if we've actually hit something in the scenery or not. And if we have, then we check if it's destroyable, and so on and so on. So we'll basically be running through this kind of chunk of code, or roughly this, but with our weapon. So our weapon, I believe, is in here. I can't remember where we put it now. No, yeah, here it is. So here's the update. So all we'll do is in the update, which is the whole thing is run every frame, but there is an RTS here. There is an RTS here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it wherever Mace update is called, which I'm betting is in the main loop, isn't it? Okay. Display trail. Oh, what's this one? This is just a frame update. Okay, so I'm going to change this to jump check Mace collision. Get rid of the RTS. We'll do the RTS in the next one. So all we're doing is we're just moving this code into a new function, so we don't mess things up that much in there by having lots of jumps all over the place, and so we'll just have a single jump to here. I mean, technically we don't need that there because it will just drop through, but I'm going to leave it there just in case I accidentally slot something in there. Well, that doesn't taste. It's not. Oh, it's because it's mixed fruits. Tastes weird after strawberry and limes. So this weekend we're going to do pick and mix again. We're going to go through more levels. I'm just going to keep putting levels in, making a note of any bugs. I think we did pretty well with the bugs. I don't think there were many. I don't think we found very many at all in the last one. So just keep going through, putting them in, and then around about midnight, I'll switch over to Mega 65, and I'll continue on work on my engine there. So uh, I've not actually done anything on it for a day or two, so I need to figure out what the next step is on it. It's probably going to be a collision system, I think, or the vertical scrolling, um, or the sprite animation system, because I've getting some sprites through from Stoker at the moment. They're looking pretty decent. So, well, I'm getting some kind of work in progress screenshots rather than sprites. So, but hopefully we'll get them in. By the way, the sprites are going to be huge in this game as well. Well, I say huge, they're going to be 32 wide, 48 high, so they're going to be a little bit bigger than, a little bit taller than Turrican. And it is going to be the idea that I posted in the chat, which is going to be the Perseus Monster Hunter thing set kind of in the future, but we're going down a steampunk route, so it's going to be steampunk Perseus Monster Hunter, and we've got some great ideas behind it. Stoker's really invested in it. He's got a really good head for the lore around it, and really into the mythology. So hopefully we can get some really good stuff. I've already got some great ideas for it. Uh, Huge, yeah. 32 by 48 doesn't sound big, but for a Commodore, that is pretty big. I mean, that is wider than a Commodore 64 sprite by about 8 pixels. It's about a third, 30% wider, and it's over 2 sprites high. So it's 2 sprites and 6 pixels extra high. So it's like two and a third uh, times the size of a normal sprite high. So it is going to feel quite big, and bigger than the Turrican Amiga sprite. So it gives you an idea how big it's going to be. But it should look pretty sweet, I think. Okay, to check mace collisions. So we know where the mace is, and we should have a routine somewhere to convert a sprite pixel into character pixel. So let's take a look at. It's probably going to be. I want to say it's probably going to be in the exhaust, maybe. Uh, yes, this looks like it's actually converting here. So you see this routine here. It takes the Y pos. Oh, actually, that's not taking the. Maybe not actually. Y pos, because I would expect that to roll. This one's being shifted and rolled. Oh, interesting. A6502 kebab. Main character or the first boss? Uh, what the size of the? Yeah, that's the main character, 32 by 48. Or the fist boss. I have totally misread that. Yeah, yeah. No, it'd be the size of Turrican. Yeah, but the bosses can technically be really big. So these sprites at 32 by 48, they're built up of smaller 16 by 16 sprites, but I can have 32 of those massive sprites uh, around the screen very easily, probably more actually, um, with almost no effect on the rasa time. Really, no more than say if you were to do a highly multiplex game in a C64. In fact, less than if you did a highly multiplex game. Okay, so I guess we're just going to have to do this manually here. Okay, so what do we need to grab? We need to grab the actual screen position. Let's check what the bullet's actually doing. So the bullet is looking. Yes, it's grabbing screen, screen LSB, screen MSB, and an offset. Okay, so it is using these screen. Let's to put these screen lookups in because we're going to need that. Obviously, I mean it's going to be slightly different to this, but I'm just going to put it in there so I've got something easy to. Oh, actually, screen LSB. Oh no, that's fine. That needs to come from a table though. So we've got a table somewhere for this. So let me add those first. So this will be screen row LSB, screen row MSB, and this will be tables. Somebody had to do it. Oh, it's not. It's a decent one though. So thank you for doing a decent. Although now I've said that. Okay, cool. Right. So we need to take these positions and convert them into character positions on the screen. So we'll start by taking the X. We'll do the X first. It's always the easiest one to do first. Well, sorry, the hardest one, but it always seems easy to get it out of the way first. I knew somebody was going to do it. We've got another entertainer and then unentertainer. Okay, so we're going to load this value in and then we're going to half it. But we're going to do this by rolling it so that it gets rolled into the carry bit. Now, this is only ever going to be 0 or 1. So what this does is it rolls it into the carry bit. Sorry, we're not going to roll it. We're just going to shift it. And then we can take the normal position and then we roll this, which takes the value from here. So this is the equivalent of kind of including this in the shift here. So we roll it, and after shifting this one, it's the equivalent of half in this 16-bit number. And now we know it's definitely going to just be an 8-bit number. So this is divided by actually, this is divided by 2. Now we need to subtract the border. So we'll subtract. Now, normally the border is 24 for 1/8, but because we've already halved it, we only need to subtract 12 from it. And now we can divide by 4, and now we've got the character value here. So this gives us our value that's a character value. I missed what that game was. Let me change the C to now. Last Ninja Remix, Last Ninja 2. Who got that one then? Did Tron get that one? Last Ninja Remix, okay. So Agmafin got that one. Nice. Assume Agmafin got it. Because if it was Last Ninja 2, oh, that's really unfortunate, SP. Oh, Mr. G got it. Oh, Proud 7 got it. So it's difficult sometimes now because I have asked people to try and use the private message. So I miss it sometimes. Okay, so this is our X offset. So this is the value as we move across the screen. So that's this value here that we need to add to our screen offsets here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change it. I'm going to start using this method for doing the God's sake, indentation. Oh, that's awful. For doing the self mod stuff. God's sake. Just because it's oh my god, this fucking tune. I'm getting used to it now. I'm happy using it all the time now, really. But and I'm not too fussed. I think most people can understand it now. So, hey, Duke Donuts, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Oh god, this tune. Yeah, this isn't the normal tune. This is the problem with this song. When it comes on, anybody who comes into the channel is going to hear this and think this is our hot jams, and it's not our hot jams at all. This is the worst possible jams we could have on. It's awful, but at the same time I appreciate the comedy of it, so I do leave it on. But it's Marmite. Yeah, fucking awful. If that's what you mean by that. It gets slightly out of tune. I think there were some tunes in actual games that were worse. Oh yeah, maybe. But at least they were probably in tune. They were probably terrible tunes, but they at least they were in tune. Whereas this is just offensive, deliberately offensive. That's what makes it worse. The fact that it's deliberately offensive. Okay, so we do the same with the Y position. This time we can subtract straight away because we know it's only an 8-bit value, so it's fine to subtract straight away. We subtract 50 from it, which is 32 in hexadecimal, and then we just shift it to the right 3 times, which divides it by 8. And then we transfer that into the X register. I think we are safe to use the X register. I mean, we're using it there, so I'd imagine so. And that gives us the vertical distance down the screen, which we can then use to look up screen rows here. So we're going to grab that screen row here, add the offset to it, and we're going to store that at, let's call this screen. I'm going to do +0 here so we know it's a two-part thing. Oops. I need to have another go at the oh no, we don't add any. Oh, just added 0 here. I need to have another go at the Amiga mod system for the stream as well. It'd be good if I could get that working by the weekend. I have a system. I have a system where it can play them, but I don't have anything that allows me to search for them properly. So you'd have to do them by number, which would be a nightmare. The Mega 65 Discord server is busy. Yeah, those guys are busy. There's a lot of stuff to do. It's definitely active. The frustrating thing is it's as active as it is. It needs more. We still need more devs, which is another reason I'm trying really hard to get these boards out to people. As quickly as possible, because the more devs we get, then the more we can work on it. I think it'd be really nice if we could find some more VHDL devs to help Paul out. I guess I wish I could do more of it, and then I could help kind of try and clear up some of the stuff I'm working on. At the very least, I'd be able to kind of work out what's breaking it and make pull requests for it. But unfortunately, I don't know enough about VHDL. I've had a brief look at it. It doesn't make that much sense to me because it's kind of a bit backwards. It's more of a yeah, you do need to, because it's a hardware description language. That's exactly what HDL is, hardware description language. So it's more about what signals go down what paths and stuff. So, and I don't know enough about. I know a little bit about it, but what's the main differences coding from 65 compared to C64? It's actually not that different. It honestly isn't that different. It's just that there's more functionality. So you've got more opcodes, you've got more stuff that the VIC can do, you've got more memory. It really is like coding the C64, but with more stuff. I'd say the main difference is probably the raster rewrite buffer, for me at least, anyway. So being able to deal with things very different to how you would do. That's the biggest difference, I think, from doing stuff on the C64. To the point where I'm not going to use hardware sprites as my main sprites anymore. I'm going to use software sprites because it's so good at doing them. It outperforms the hardware sprites. So, hey Thalamus, start talking about your bit on the side and get back to Cecconoid. No, my Simba game, would it be hard to port complete rewrite? No. I think if you can get it running on the C64, it will run on the Mega 65 with very little changes. So it should be pretty easy to do. Okay, so here we've got our screen lookup now. So let me just put that in there. So what we're asking it to do now is grab a character from somewhere on the screen. So let me just put some notes in to say what we're doing. So grab screen address and grab screen char. Now, the only other thing we need to do here is we need to add a little bit of something to get the center of the sprites. So let me just load the sprites up. Oh, that's right. My 8 bits on the side. That's how I like it. I do need a badum for I need it on my stream deck, don't I? I need to get some sound effects buttons because we get some corkers on the stream sometimes. It'd be nice to see. The Cecconoid would work really well on that machine actually, because you could just have you could do all the particle effects super easy, and in fact the code would probably just work from this. It would just be up in the particle counts really. So, oh, pardon me. Projects Cecconoid. Okay, so this is the sprite that we're looking at, and we need it in the middle somewhere. So I'm gonna 8 by 8 is kind of easy. So in fact, instead of subtracting 12 here, wait, subtract 12, that gives us a value from, so it'd actually be adding 4. So we just subtract less. Okay, so we subtract half the amount here, so subtract 8 here. And then here we'll subtract, sorry, subtract 4 there, subtract 8 here. Okay. We'll be chatting to John R about Mega Mayhem. Oh my god, that would be incredible. That would be incredible because it would absolutely, it would destroy that game. It would be able to do such an amazing thing for that game. It would work really, really, really well on that. Because it's perfect. It's horizontal scrolling only. There's no vertical scrolling. It's got kind of lots of stuff going on, which the software sprite system would work really well for. It's very colorful, so it can make super use of all the palettes. The scrolling is fast as well, which you wouldn't need any tricks to do that on it. It would just be fast. And the parallax layers would, you could have so much parallax in there, it'd be crazy. It would look incredible. Would it look like this? Let's have a look. I mean, you could make it look like that, yeah. But that has got vertical movement. That's not quite the same, is it? That's, but yeah, I mean, certainly the palette system is really, really nice, and the fact that you can mix and match palettes between sprites and stuff. So the system I've got set up at the moment allows me to have these massive sprites, various sprites, so 192 16 by 16 sprites, but you can kind of stretch them out into various sizes and stuff and combine them. But those sprites share their own palette of 256 colors, 16 colors per sprite taken from a 16 byte slice in that thing. So basically 16 palettes of 16 colors for the sprites, and then the background has another 256 colors, which is also per char 16 colors, and those are 16 palettes of 16 colors. So you've got 512 colors to mess with, chosen from any of 8 million. So it's 23-bit color. So with like 7 layers of parallax, it's definitely on a par with the Amiga 1200, and I'd say in some cases past it. So uh, uh, what's the cheapest hardware I can run C65 on now? Probably that board. Probably these Nexus A7. It will run the Mega 65 core. You won't have everything that the dev kit has. So you won't have joystick ports or a real keyboard, but you can use a USB keyboard for it. And you can get you can use Keyra on it if you really want to, but apparently it's quite laggy, the Keyra. Do musicians need a new SID tracker? No, they can use existing SID trackers, but you now have 4 SIDs, so sometimes you need to actually um, write a tune that uses 12 channels, but you can also use mods as well. So yeah, the 100T, the 50T is the 50T isn't big enough. It needs to be the 100T. The actual dev kit's a 200T, but you don't need a 200T. A 100T is enough. The 50T is cheaper, yeah. The 100, but it won't run it. The 100T is what you need. It's around about $200 or just over $200. But there's opportunities. There's going to be another 11 opportunities to win that this year. So All right, let's get back to this. So here's where we look it up here. Okay, to update. So it looks like all we do is we check if it's hit something, and then we do this routine here. Okay, so let me just copy this and go and stick it in here, and then I'm gonna change my. There was a flash in here, wasn't there, when you hit something? Was it this one? Uh, it was down here somewhere, wasn't it? Yeah, I just want. There we go. Just get rid of that. So I just want to. I just want to see if we're hitting something. Does it do the right things? Okay, so let's change this to just exit here. Let's change this to exit, this to exit. Okay, these are constants. This is what works out whether or not something's in what's considered a kind of collidable background range. Um, so if these values, if these branches hit, then we haven't hit something. So in this case, we have hit something. Destroyable remove item. Okay, so that then comes into here. And it has to run this destroy X, destroy Y. So there's a bit of a problem here because we're not using those values. But notice how after that we don't actually use any of the bullet values. So I should be able to put a label in here called non-bullet. So this allows us to hit something um, without setting those values. But it does mean now we have to set those values ourselves. So bullets have an X and a Y and a screen lookup as well. Destroy X, destroy Y. Okay, that's quite easy. We can do that in here. And then we're going to give the bullet, let me see, is data is player. So is it the players where, okay, we don't care about that either. So we're just going to jump straight into this. And we're actually going to set that to something like 5. So this makes the mace quite powerful. It's the equivalent of being hit by 5 single strength bullets, which means it will destroy most things in one shot, which I think is the aim of this. So let's try that. I'm not convinced this is going to work straight off the bat because there are a few other little oddities in here. But let's just have let's see what happens. See what happens. Maybe it just works. Hey Stoker, I've just been letting them know you've been doing good work on the on the thing. I haven't shown any of it yet. I'm not going to show anybody. I briefly put a video in because I was showing off the large sprite engine in in one of the game channel. I can't remember which one it was, but it was in one of them anyway. But I can show you how it tell. But I haven't shown anything else. I'm going to leave it till the weekend. I will. Or whatever we have by then we'll show you at the weekend. So hopefully now this should okay. It's kind of working, but what it's now doing is it's not destroying things properly. It's leaving gaps. So let's just see what happens if I go back in the screen. Okay, so it has actually destroyed things. So oh, did I grab that? I don't remember grabbing that. Maybe I did. Oh, we see it's not killing those either. So yeah, this is not entirely correct for some reason. Okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drop just some random numbers around, well, not random numbers, but some characters on the screen just to see where this path is. So I know that the numbers are non-collidable, so I'm going to use the numbers um, as a God. Which one is it? God, I need to tidy this folder up. No, it wasn't that one, was it? It was the base one. Which is it this one? Yes, here we go. So I'm just going to drop this number in. So D0. Okay. So now instead of doing this, I'm going to do this and then immediately exit. And this will allow us to just see where this thing is hitted. Is it actually following the thing round or not? The Mega Emulator would be the cheapest way to go, but it's not quite. Yeah, it isn't quite there yet. I mean, this is why we're going to do basic programming on it. So the next kind of challenge is going to be to write a game in basic on it. Because I feel like it's probably up to the task of doing a basic game. A basic does have its issues. The C65 ROM was never completed by Commodore because the project was abandoned, so they never actually completed uh, the C65 ROM properly. So the Mega 65 team has been doing some work on getting that up and running. So that looks fine there. Oh, it doesn't like it when I try and go off screen. Okay. That's probably because the row number is beyond the edge of the screen. Okay. Okay, so let's fix that as well. So yeah, the Mega 65 team are doing a good job of fixing that up, and for the most part, basic is fine, but there will be things you will discover as you go along that don't quite work. So don't expect miracles on everything. So okay, so we're going to do some checks here. So first of all, if the value is positive, then we can continue. If it's minus, then we're going to exit. Also, if the value is actually, let's do let's call this exit X, and let's put this here. That would be oops. And obviously now we need to compare the value to 40. If the value is 40 or more, then we're also outside the screen. So we'll branch if equal to exit. Okay, and that means that this tiny chunk of code here is just going to confirm that this is in range. So if it's outside the range, then we don't do any checking. There's nothing to check. And then we just need to do the same with the Y range. So the Y range is a little bit different because with the Y range, oh no, that's fine. Yeah, because that goes from 0. Okay, so it's the same here as well. It's going to go from 0 to 24. Oh, actually, no, because if this is hang on, this needs to be changed slightly. Okay. This would be halved. Shit, am I gonna do this now? Because this is not keeping signed numbers. This is okay. Let's think about this. If we on the right hand side, say we're at 0, then shift roll still on 0, subtract 8. Now we're in a negative number, so we would be negative here. However, if this was say at 1, no 0, oh yeah, no, it should be fine actually. No, let's say this is on 1 and this is at 0, 0. So now if I shift this one and shift this one, this becomes 8, 0, which when I subtract is not going to be less than 0. Okay, so let's make this 1 and 32. So 1 and 32. So that would be 1, 0, 8, 0, 9, 0. subtract 8, so it would still be minus. Ah, shit. Okay, yeah, this is going to be a problem. Okay. Hmm. Let's think about this. Think about this. So I need to check if the value is below. Okay, maybe if I do it at the beginning, let's check here. In which case we can immediately check this value before we do. All right, let's do it separate. Okay, so check range. Okay, now reduce. Okay, so we'll do the check here instead. So first of all, if this value is, so we're going to do that again. Man, this seems really inefficient. But let me just work this out first. So now this is a half value. Yeah, okay, I'm probably gonna slot it in here. But this is a half value. So now the half value means this will be running from 24 to 344. That's the screen width. But half this would become 12 to 172. So now I need to check that it's within this range. Oh, there's the really simple way to check, but I'm not going to do it that way because I don't want to repeat myself here. So I'm just going to do some comparisons instead. Okay. So first of all, we're going to compare it to actually it's a bit less, isn't it, because of this one. Let's just keep it in this range. If it feels wrong, I can change it. This should be fine, I think. Okay, so compare it to that. If it's less than that, we jump to exit X. Compare it to 172, which is AC. And if it's less than that, we jump ahead. Otherwise, we're on exit X. Okay. Which means I can just drop that into here. And that should work. Okay, so let's put that in here now. That was quick. Who got that one? SP. Well done. And your Kickoff was a big franchise. I always remember it being Kickoff and Sensible Soccer were the two big ones, weren't they? At the time, anyway. A quiz not Stormbringer. Yep, it's correct. And here, okay, so same thing here, but this is a little bit easier because we're not bound by using half values here. So this is 50 to 250. So this is pretty easy to put in here. That becomes 32, and this becomes FA. Whoops. Same thing happens here. Exit X. Let's call it exit Y though. Otherwise, it's the same. Okay, right. So this should hopefully fix our crash that we were having. Oh, I forgot. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so let's try this out now. I'm going to do the same again. Just going to grab the thing and start moving around the screen. Let's see if we can get it to crash. Hopefully, this should stop it from crashing because now it's not going to try and draw to somewhere that's not on the screen. So we're just going to go straight for it. Not going to mess any time around anywhere else. I've not had a single break. I might have a break soon. I need to go and grab another cider anyway. Yeah, see, it's not breaking now. Okay, that's good. And that is following a pretty decent circle around me. It's not blowing anything up though, so that's interesting. Well, it won't blow anything because I've turned that off, but it is following. It is following a circle around me, which is what I want it to do. It's not perfect. It kind of goes more like a diamond in places, but it should be enough for collision anyway. We are turning a circle into a grid of 8x8 squares. So. Oh yeah, the reverse. That's a good point. Actually, we need to make the mace. Yeah, we'll do that in shortly as well. Let's get the doing the colliding and do it. That is a very good point. I did notice that last time and I didn't put it in. I absolutely will reverse it. I need to make sure that happens. In fact, I can do that now. It's super quick. So I say that. That's famous last words. Tell you what, let me go for a quick break. Let me take 5 minutes. I can go and grab a cider and use the toilet, and leave you with a quiz. And then when I come back, we'll flip that around. It should be pretty easy. All right, cool. I'll leave you with a break. Back in 5 minutes. Less than that, actually. Right back. Cool. I'm back. Just reading that note that they only sell those in Germany and Austria. You can't ship them anywhere else. So it's probably why it's a little bit cheaper. Which is fine if you're in Germany or Austria, but sorry, shall I'm back. What are you on about? Oh yeah, I should probably stop the break. Yeah, just beware. Yeah, I mean it's well, if it will let you, maybe. But I mean, I wouldn't bank on them honoring it. They may say no to it or close it for some reason. I got mine from Mouser. The last one that I bought anyway. It was around about £200, £220 or something. Which is not bad. But again, you will have up to at least 11 more opportunities to win this year. So yeah, Master are good, and they shipped it from the US as well without they covered the import charges, which was kind of good. Yeah, I've had a few things from Mouser before. I get a lot of my my smaller parts from there. So the easy flashboards for steps, most of the parts in that are from Mouser, with the exception of the whatever they call the F. I don't remember the number of it. It's an AMD memory chip. I think it's a 2040 or well F9 2040 or something. I had to get them from China, but everything else is but all my like resistors and stuff like that I couldn't get from Mouser. So pretty good. Yeah, but they are better than RS. I like RS for the range. RS tend to have a range of kind of crazy stuff in. Sometimes I just see stuff in RS that makes me go, "Oh, I want that," and it's just some random like module or something. Anyway, right, let's crack on. So I was going to reverse this thing. So first of all, what's that come up? Oh, God damn it! All the buttons have gone wrong on my thing. There we go. Buy British. Don't buy British. I'm so fed up of the UK. It's just gone to the toilet. It's ridiculous. It's falling apart. And I just wish I didn't live here anymore. Anyway, that's enough of the depressing side of things. Yeah, sure, good. We do have vaccines, that's true, but I fully expect them to screw that up at some point. So um, I'm sure they will at some point screw it up. All right, so no, that's bullets player. Where is it? Okay, so this is where we're drawing on the screen. So I'm just gonna get rid of that so it's not drawing on the screen anymore. And then we're gonna make it so it spins the right way around. Should be pretty easy actually. All we need to do is whenever we do a mace update, which is here, there is an increment somewhere in here, probably towards the end of this. Mace trail index. I can't remember which one this is. Is it trail index or is it trail index? One of these is used to grab the position. I can't remember which one it is. So here's our offsets. Let's find our offsets here. Wait, where is the offset? Seriously? Trail X trail. Oh, is it called offset or is it? Oh, it's called offset X, offset Y, trail X, trail Y. Okay. There it is. Okay. Comma X. So where is the X? That is takes the mace angle, adds the mace direction. I see we've even got mace direction already in here. And that's just gonna, yeah, okay, cool. So here we just need to grab some player state stuff, which hopefully is already in here. So this is line 580. We have face left and face right. Perfect. Are we using anything here? I'm going to use Y for this because I see it being overwritten straight away here. 01. And then we're going to load player dates. And we're going to end that with state face left. That it always goes. I'll be able to tell if it's wrong. I think it goes the way you're facing, kind of over your head that way, so it always kind of drops down in front of you. I think that's the way it goes. If it's not, I'll have to change it in a second. I'll check a video in a minute, unless Thalamus can remember which way it goes. I think it is just over the head, isn't it? It kind of drops down in front of whatever way you're facing. So it's always like you're swinging over your head rather than uppercutting. It's like the opposite of an uppercut. I can check in a video in a minute anyway. So if it's equal to that, then do this. Otherwise, I'm going to load it with FF. And then we're just going to store that in base direction. So I had done the basics of it. I just hadn't finished implementing it. We have 13% on. Really? Wow. Okay. I did take a look at when I think I'm due it in July, I think, according to the latest predictions. So, okay, so it's the wrong way at the moment. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, definitely, it looks wrong that way. So just flip that. Looking forward to seeing what I've done on the Mega 65 engine. Yeah, I mean, it's not an awful lot from last time you saw it because most of it's been behind the scenes kind of optimization and stuff. But I can definitely show you the sprite engine, which is really, really good. Wait, how if you already oh, because you work in hospital, don't you? So you're considered a frontline worker, right? Jammy bugger. Okay, that looks good. Sweet. All right. Okay, so let's get the collision working now. Can I turn the mace on without actually grabbing it? Let me see if I can just turn it on. I think I can actually. So I just do that, can't I? So if that works, that'd be a lot easier than keep going grabbing it. I saw a video where it didn't change direction. Maybe that was an old video, because I know there's a couple of work in progress videos he did. But it definitely changes direction now. I know that. Yeah, there we go. That's sweet. It looks good. Changing direction adds a little bit to it. It's nice. Yeah, but occasionally you might have to go in, so it makes sense that you have it. I heard the side effects are quite bad. Some people I knew had it now think the Spectrum is better than the C64. I don't think mental illness is a side effect. I think that's just a breakdown. I don't know though. Maybe the lockdown has caused that kind of mental illness in people. Hey, Spec Holster. Oh, bless him. The lone Specky fan. I don't think you're alone in liking the Spectrum. Well, that's better than being dead, Sean. I'll be honest with you. So we all like to look down on. Do you see the mouse link I sent? Is that the right one? Let me check it. I did not. Let me just scroll out. I see it now. All right. It looks like the right one. I don't see the. Yes, it is. See where it says evaluation tools for evaluation of A100T. So it is the correct one, yeah. Well, bear in mind as well, you will pay VAT on top of that as well. So it's like it is about an extra 40 quid on top of that. Pretty sure it will anyway. I don't think they put the VAT on it. But it does ship from America, and they just don't charge you. So let me scroll back down. It doesn't change direction. Oh, so it was an old thing then. So it doesn't change direction anymore. Okay. Let's check that. Okay. Oh, price per unit including VAT. Oh, maybe I did get it for. Maybe I did get it for cheaper then. No, I've definitely seen it change direction. We're not having a Mandela effect here, are we? This is. We're not collectively remembering the wrong thing, right? I've definitely seen this. Definitely seen this. Gameplay taste, all right. Wait, it's not grabbed it there. No, it's not grabbed it there. Okay, there's definitely a video where it is grabbed. Okay, let's check the Switch version out. I definitely see it, so because we did discuss it as well. Maybe it's the. Wait, that's no, because he's not picked it up again. There is one definitely where he picks it up. Wait, it does the trailer? It doesn't. It's just going clockwise. What? Oh, I refuse to accept this. I just play the Switch version. It doesn't change direction. Okay, fair enough. Then we won't put it in. I definitely saw this change in direction there, and it's bugging me now why it doesn't seem to be doing that anymore. I swear I saw it change in direction. I mean, I'll just accept it. It's fine. Yeah, it doesn't. All right, fair enough. Oh, hang on. Listen. Is it when it hits certain objects? No, it was. What I saw was it was definitely to do with direction. In the work in progress, it did. Right. Okay, so it must have got changed. Oh, that means I've got to be careful to just kind of not look at the work in progress stuff. Okay. Okay, Sean. Good night. I might actually play a little bit of GoldenEye in an hour if you want to just keep an eye if you're interested in watching that. So at the end of the stream, I might just do half an hour of speed run practice on the first level of GoldenEye. Because I'm doing all right on it actually. Looking at the speedrun times, and I realize there's only 5 scores in the table at the moment, but I can beat the 5th place. I can get to fourth place. So, and I still think that I've still got room for improvement, definitely. Okay, and it'll be my first score on speedruns.com. So maybe I will. The guy. Oh yeah, there's. Oh, so you've been watching Carl Jobs, haven't you? Because he did a run where he was showing how the cheated runs happen. But this is on the new one. This is on the Xbox Live Arcade, Xbox Live Arcade leaked version that never got released. So um, it was leaked recently, and people have been playing it because it is basically just like high definition GoldenEye. It runs really well as well. It feels great and plays great on the Xbox pad. All right, let's turn this mace direction off. Then it's completely pointless. We'll just keep it going. Yeah, see the work in progress one does switch around. All right, cool. I kind of like it moving in different directions. I think it adds something to it, but let's keep it faithful. Okay, so we get rid of mace direction. We don't need that anymore. We'll make it a hard-coded value, which means we'll get rid of that because we don't need that anymore. And we'll just make this add one. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, so collision-wise, so this is where it should be colliding, and this should be hitting things here. So let's just get rid of this. Let's just try again and see what happens. Because this is where it actually does seem to hit things. But I'm just wondering what is going, if something is kind of going wrong in here, maybe. Because we've got this, low screen SO. I mean, what is that? Where is that coming from? I think this is the problem is we've got this routine here. So let me just have a look where screen. Okay. So this is in here. Okay. And I don't know where this is. Offset, diff, col, shift. I have no idea what that is. Might have to write a separate routine for this. Don't know where it's getting that. Oh, they're up here. Okay. And they're constants as well. So that's fine. We can keep that. So basically, I need to move this down to here and do this bit, but without the bullet lookup. Okay, so we store that there. And then what I can do is this is just screen or 0. And this is like that, yeah. This is screen +1. No, screen point and collision point should be 0 page locations, hopefully. Screen point, collision point, yeah, okay. And then it jumps into here and it starts doing, yeah, okay. I think that might work now. Yeah, Farnell is a bit more expensive. I've avoided I avoided Farnell because it was more expensive. I got it from Mouser. It's on back on. Okay, I need to keep ahead of them. I think I've got enough. Well, I've got enough to give out for the prizes at the moment. I've got one. I've got the slightly older board, but I'm going to give that to Stoker to help out on the art for Perseus. And then I've got another one coming from Five Sprites as well, which will do for February's award. So I probably need to order another one soon for March to keep ahead of it. So, but yeah, I will do a GoldenEye run later. I think just half an hour. I'm just going to practice a few. It's like a 1 minute run, just over a minute actually. My record is 1 minute spot on. But I haven't video proof of that, so it'd be good to do on stream so I have video proof. But it really is a lot of fun. Apparently, the multiplayer can work as well, so I would like to maybe try that out at some point. It's missing here. Offset diff. Shit. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to copy these over here. Thanks for the follow, Flacco211. Appreciated. I mean, this is not ideal, really, to do this like this. So I'm going to put a little note to say, just so I know that where they've come from, and if I do change, if something breaks, but I just want to get it working first. Probably refactor this slightly when it's done. Thank you for the. I think I just said thank you for the follow, didn't I? Well, thank you anyway. Thank you for the follow, Flacco211. Welcome to the stream. Catch me in the middle of, well, gabbing too much for one, but testing out this weapon to see if it can actually do some damage on things, and it does, which is nice. Okay, the fact it only does one character is a little bit. Maybe it does need to be more, or maybe it needs to be offset or something. I'm not. Actually, no, it's kind of all right. Actually, I see that. Yeah, I think it needs a bit more collisions. I think it needs more than 1 point on it. Okay, I need to think about how to do this because I don't want to add too many collision checks to it because they're slow. But it looks like it probably does need more than one. So, okay. Okay, let's have a think about this. So this is the routine we've got at the moment. And this is the check that we've got. So this checks that the mace is in the correct range. So this should happen first, definitely. Oh no, because this is happening partly inside here. Okay. Okay, it's these values, isn't it? So that would be that's in the middle right now. Stuck pixel. Oh, it's too late now. I've come out of the game. I don't know. I didn't see it. Possibly we need to have a look. How to do this? So we're checking just in the middle. I mean, ideally, it should check maybe 4 points around, or a character on either side. Maybe. Maybe that's what we could do here. Okay, let's do it like this. So this checks the middle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to check this value. So let's check. So now we're checking to the left. So we do the same check as oh. Okay, we use zero page. Okay, it's fine. We'll get this working. Okay, so let's find a good place to use in zero page that is. Okay, we've got collision point, destroy X, destroy Y, persistence lookup, remove row, collision point, screen point. Are they being used? They're not used until down here, so actually we can use one of these. So I'm going to call it collision point. I'm going to use collision point, which means this is going to be collision point plus 0, collision point plus 1. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to subtract 41 from all this, so it picks up in the top corner. You'll see why in a minute. So that means I need to take this value here, subtract 41 from it, so this will be 29. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to check around the point. So I'm just going to check above, below, to the left, and to the right. So we're checking across around that thing. So on this sprite, we're actually checking this point here, this point here, this point here, this point here, and this point here. So we're actually checking 5 points here. And if any one of them collides with anything, then we run the collision routine, which would give us more chance to hit things. Should make it a bit easier. And so to do that, what I do is I subtract 41, which gives us the top left corner in that group of kind of 3x3 characters, and then we use Y as an offset into it. But it does mean I need to subtract 41 from it here, which is what I'm doing this for. So because this is screen address that we're looking at here. So we keep the X and Y the same for the center because that's what we're going off at the moment. We may need to change these values depending on what gets hit. So in the case of this one, nothing needs to change. But in this one, we will need to destroy X by 1. So we can do that here. So now we're going down X by 1. Yep. And now we change this for. So a few things need to change here. Hang on. So first of all, that needs to be this, comma Y. We're in the center, so we need to start with 41 because that's our center piece. So I said we subtract 41. And that's side working. But then if we hit, what we need to do is we need to make sure that these values are correct here as well. So and actually the easiest way to do this would be to start by adding the value. So we've got the value in Y, which is our offset. So we transfer Y to accumulator. And this just makes sure that we actually get the exact screen address of what we're looking for here. This looks a bit confusing because so that's not needed because we're copying it into screen point. Where's screen point plus 1? That should be in here, surely. Yeah. Okay. So add that. Store that here. This all makes sense to me in my head anyway. So We'll soon see if it works, I guess. Okay, so that should return the collision to be exactly where it has collided in whichever one of these we use. And then here we can just do this basically. So now we do exactly the same collision checks, but this time we jump into check 3. So we want to check the other side, check 3. And then here we are checking y is actually 20. No, yeah, 28. So it's just 1 behind. And then check 3. We increase destroy X twice because now we move into the right hand side with 2X positions across. And this becomes 2A. And this becomes check 4. And this time, instead of checking if this is equal to 0, we need to check if this is equal to 27, sorry. Just check 4 because we can only check if we can move 1 across. If we can't move 1 across, then we don't check. Okay, let's do check 4. So this is a bit more checking, but hopefully it shouldn't be too slow. But maybe 1 or 2 raster lines for this. It's not too bad. Okay, so now we're checking the Y position. So whoops, still checking X, but now we're looking at Y offset, which actually we should maybe use destroy X and destroy Y. That's probably the easiest way to do this. No, we don't have it. All right. Also, where is that X offset? It's here. Okay. All right. Let's just use destroy Y. It's already set up. Let's just keep it that way. So now we're checking this. If it's 0, we don't do anything. We go to check 5. Otherwise, we decrease it just by 1. Then we check collision point, which is now just 1. Because the top corner is 0, so the one above is 1. And we'll go to 5. So, and then finally, we need to check. Actually, that doesn't need to be compared against 0, so just do like that. This one needs to be 24 to check. But this is now -1, so it's actually that one there. 23. And we check. Actually, if it's equal to either of these, then we jump to exit because it means nothing has collided here. So exit, 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 and we don't need that one there. And then this is 141, 81. So this is 5, 1 in here. So we're checking below this time, and this needs to be increased by 2. Right. Okay. So this should be a bit more destructive, I think. Yes, this is CC's for assembly. Hey, Frank M. Welcome. Checks annoyed. This could be horribly wrong. I've made a lot of changes here, doing a lot of checks on memory addresses. So I wouldn't be surprised if this goes wrong. Also, what is going on up there? I don't know why that's suddenly decided to do that, but oh, that feels way better. Oh, it's just because there was no screen number. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, wait, if it's off screen, there's that stuck pixel. So it's like something goes weird if it goes off screen. Okay, let's try. Okay, so we need to address that. Yeah, there is some sprite stuff as well, and it's a decal particle, so it's this particle. Oh wow, what's going on there? Okay, I need to look at what the hell's going on there. Oh, well, that's not good, is it? Something weird has gone on there. But that's, I mean, it's a shame because this bit's working really well now. Oh, spot on. Hopefully, it should be able to grab those on the other side of that wall as well. Yeah, it is as well. Damn it. It's a shame because that's working quite well. But there is some weirdities going on now because of everything else that's happening. Oh, also we've got red pixels here as well. Okay, so there's a few little things going on. Oh, cool. You got the board now. Cool. You're in for a treat. It's a lot of fun to work with. Oh man, it's such a shame because this is other than the weird kind of corruption or whatever the hell's going on, it's working really well. Okay, that needs a mask and a safe area. So this is another area that you can pass through. The Rom Legalities. Yes, yeah, the Rom is only legal um, to distribute with the dev kit at the moment, but you don't really need the latest ROM. You can get by perfectly fine with the ROM that's freely available online. Um, Certainly, if you're doing an assembly program, the ROM is kind of pointless anyway. You turn it off almost immediately. So, okay, so there's a few little issues here and there, but it definitely feels a lot better. Um, it's blasting through these nice and easily. Thanks for the resub, Mr. Speaker. Appreciated. Right, it's fast when yeah. See that one of the things is the sprite stays on when the mace sprite stays on when you change screen. So that's one fix that definitely needs to be done. Um, but the actual destruction of things feels spot on there. It's just this odd behavior when it's at the edge of the screens. It's not doing it now. But if I do it here, it's not doing it here either. And also the bullet behavior is a bit weird. Oh no, see, it stopped now. No, it hasn't. There you go. Okay, so I guess the first thing to do is determine, is it the code that I've just done that's causing the problem? So the easiest way to check that is to go right to the beginning of this section and just put an RTS here. So we're just turning off that collision code. Hey, Mr. Speaker, welcome. Imagine being able to turn the ROM off to use the memory. Yeah, I mean, it certainly seems like this is the issue because I'm not getting anywhere near the same problems. The bullets are moving correctly. You said these bullets were turning into decals before straight away, and they're not now. So definitely an issue to do with that. Okay, so the next step is to just kind of and just enable this first bit here. So let's keep this first bit the same, and we'll jump to exit here. Here, so we're only doing one check in the middle again this time. Is it called exit or is it? Yeah, okay. You can on the 128, yeah. Okay, so same again. We're going to shoot in one direction and see what happens. Okay, looks. Oh, actually, I think I saw some. I just imagining things I did. I see some explode. Yeah, some exploded. Yeah. Okay. It causes an issue. Okay. Now, why is it causing an issue? Let's have a look. Okay, so we're not doing. So it's probably not to do with the number of checks we're doing, but it is to do with the actual check itself. Okay. Is it char merge with the maze particles? No, the maze particles are sprites. So the maze particle is just a single sprite that's being flickered very quickly across the list. So you'll see. You see, if I pause it, you'll only ever see one sprite, not more than one. Because I can't run it now. Good night, 6502. Yeah, you're going to enjoy that board. It's good. Yeah, so you only ever see one of the sprites. It's a nice system, actually. It works quite well. It looks a lot better in reality than it does on the stream. But yeah, see, it's only ever shown one. Okay, so let's take a look. So these are our checks. Now it could be, maybe it's to do with the values we're setting here, but then if we just immediately exit here, it's fine. So it makes me think, is it the process of going into this routine at this point? Is it the fact that we're trying to change certain values in here, maybe? So let's have a look. If it goes to collide, so otherwise it's going to exit, otherwise it's going to collide. So when it comes to collide, what do we actually do? So we take our collision point, and we add the y value to it, which is whatever's in y is just our offset that from our check, which in this case is just 29. So basically, we're just putting which is 41. We're just putting back the 41 we took away here. So that's what this is doing here. And then we're storing the hit strength. Again, fine. Could it be this screen point? Because I did add this in, and maybe I don't need that. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I've kind of, I shouldn't have set that. Although it does, you know, no, it does have screen point 1 here as well, so it has to be that set. I didn't set that before, and it kind of worked. Okay, so okay, so I'm taking the collision point, which is the same as this here, storing it at screen point, then doing a subtraction and storing the new value at collision point here. Now, oops, now I have carry flag set potentially here. Oh, wait. Oh no, because I've already updated it here, so this should be fine. Okay. Subtract. Okay, so this feels like it's correct as well. So I don't know here. Okay, let's get rid of the 29 thing. Let's do that. Let's do that so it's getting the exact point and not add the 29 on. So let's get rid of that here. That's a terrible, terrible joke. It made me chuckle, but it's terrible. I need to, because I've got like another 5 or 6 buttons on my stream elements that are just kind of pointless. I could very easily turn them into sound effects, and this would be definitely a valid sound. Okay, this really is a problem. Okay, I need to double check because when I'm down here, it's hard to see that happening, but then when I come up here, it definitely happens. So let me double check that by just putting a return. Well, just do it here, right? Don't check, just leave. Too efficient, yeah. Looks like the bullet wall collision chart. Yeah, it's like it's hitting the wall somehow, which is why I wonder if reusing these collision points is causing issues because the bullet routine is also using those, or there's like some shared value that's causing an issue here. Yeah, because it's absolutely fine when I'm up here. Actually, I get some oddities when the sprite goes off screen. I don't know if you can see that. Actually, it doesn't do it there, but when it goes off the top, sometimes it misses bullets. But look at the frequency of the bullets there. They're absolutely fine. The pattern is spot on. It's the same all the time. But if I go at the top, no, so it's missing bullets. Now that could be a raster thing. That could just be because the raster says that it's in the wrong place, which is fine. That's an easy thing to fix. We can juggle that around later. In fact, I think that's what's going on here. I can find out actually. Let's wrap a. So this would be in bullets in it. No bullets. Oh, actually, we've got debug, haven't we? Hey. We'll be able to see straight away. I'm pretty sure it's just a raster thing. I think the raster is cutting into that screen time at the top. That's all. You see, I like the programming ones are much more fun. I like that one. Oh, I like that one. It's groan worthy, but it is also it makes me laugh. And it's a programmer joke I've not heard before, so okay, so I'm not sure what is what in this hellscape of color, so let's let's dial some of that back. I'm not sure what I'm looking at there. Bullets, clear bullets. Okay, so it's not that one. Uh, particles. No, it's not that one. Update bullets and draw bullets. It's this one here. Okay. So it's the first color band we see now. If I put 0 in there, does that actually? It's probably making custom commands. I don't remember how things work. Yeah, that's what it is. You see where it's doing the update. It's just inside that area sometimes. So, and it's probably because of the mace. If I turn the mace off, that's probably not happening. Although the mace is down here, so maybe it is actually. In which case, we can probably get around things by changing some of this around a little bit. I mean, decals is less important than the bullets, right? So let's put the bullets at the top here and leave the decals there. And then items are more important than the decals, and power ups are more important than the items. So let's do it that. That can be the order. Hopefully, now that we'll still get the border. The border will still look exactly the same, but hopefully now it will. Is it not loading now? Uh, Hopefully now that the bullets will display properly. Yeah, see now they're working, but you see the decal isn't always firing, but that's kind of fine when maybe the decal is more important than the I don't know actually. There might need to be some optimization of these routines. So maybe on the next stream we'll do some optimization of some of these routines. We all like those spirals, right? So why not put that optimization to work? Although this will be cycle optimization, not size optimization. So, but still, there's plenty of stuff we can do. All right, spiral, spiral, spiral. Praise be the spiral, by the way. Just in case you weren't aware, you should be praise being to the spiral. I so hope I get my t-shirt by the weekend. That'd be really cool to wear that on Saturday. Okay, let's go back. Let's turn the debug off. Let's go back to sorting out what the hell's going on with this mace. So for some reason, the moment I start messing around here, it breaks. So let's put everything back to the way it was. Okay. So yeah, but this time I'm not going to call this routine. So we're just going to ignore this routine completely. So we're doing everything but doing the check against the scenery. So see if it's changing the values or if it's actually running the routine. I think it's going to be running the routine, which is a bit of a pain, but yeah, see, it's not failing there. See what I mean about the decals flickering? So we do need to work out the order of things up here. It may be that we need to prepare some stuff further up the screen here. But certain things can only happen in the V blank. So for instance, you can only clear and you can only draw when you're in the V blank. You can do the updates any way you want, but you have to do the clear and the clear and the draw inside the V blank across it. I should get flicker like that. Thanks for the follow, Zachary Hutton. Welcome to the stream. Thanks, Warlock. I'm on it. I just had to finish talking. Okay, so the problem is this routine. Okay, that's fine. It's probably because we're jumping in here without actually um without actually doing this in a kind of unique way. We're trying to piggyback on top of the bullet routine here, so this is maybe not ideal. But the reason we're piggybacking on it is because it's got all of this routine which kind of finds what we're trying to hit and stuff, and it works out what's connected to what. So you saw the colors when I loaded up that screen. Then it's not in here, are they? The colors define kind of how the system kind of looks around for connected pieces and which way the particles go when those pieces get hit. So it's used, it's important to note that hitting any piece on this is the same as hitting all 8 pieces here. They're all connected and it knows that they're connected. So we need to kind of keep that routine. I don't really want to kind of duplicate this routine somewhere else. It's a relatively complex piece of logic. You can see it's a 14-step piece of logic just for plotting the blanks here. So and another 4 here for kind of finding the start position. So I don't really want to duplicate that anywhere. I mean, I could copy it into another function, but I mean, really, the only extra thing is this that's being called. So could it be the decals? Maybe it's this decal because it's checking. Oh, see, look, it's looking up call shift. Kind of shift. See, I don't even know what that is. What is that? Okay, 54. But why is it 54? And why does it matter here? What is? Do you know what I mean? What is going on here? Maybe. Wait a minute. We've collided with something, so should we even be doing that? Should we be jumping straight to here? No, because this is. Oh God. Okay. There's a certain pleasure in programming an assembler that higher level languages lose. Yeah, I agree completely. It's more. I think you have to think about the problems in a really low level way. The problem with high level languages, you can just throw all the maths in the world at it, and it's got even worse than that. You're not even throwing maths at the problem anymore. You just say, um, well, Sean is back. Yeah, you're not even throwing maths at the problem. You're just throwing libraries at the problem. So somebody else has solved the problem for you. Okay, so I think it's something to do with this stuff here. I'm not entirely sure why it's shifting this point around. Because we've already got a value here in the Y register. Okay. Ah, I know why. Okay. Okay, I know why. So whenever you hit something, there's a chance it could be one character, or it could be 3 by 3 characters, or whatever, right? So there's like a maximum size square or rectangle that it can be. So you need to make sure that your offset, when you looking something up, you just want to use indexed lookups, right? So you need to make sure that if you're in the bottom right corner of this piece, that you set an initial screen position that points to the top left, so that index 0 is in the top left, and then index whatever is in the bottom right. So that's what col shift is. It's a collision shifter, which means what it's doing is it's taking wherever we are on this, wherever we've hit on the screen, um, and working a maximum kind of way backwards from it, which in this case is 84 characters. So it's going up 2 rows and back 4. So that's assuming that the biggest thing is 4 by 3. Um, giveaway book list. Wow. I don't know how you found that. That should probably be turned off. That's ancient. That's already been done, and Warlock won that one. Let me find that. Yeah, we turn that off. Yeah, that's an old. Oh, it's turned off now anyway. We should probably turn. Oh no, that's still on. Oh, I do need to look through these at some point. Blue bits is off now. Yep. Okay. Probably watched an old video. Yeah. I think you can get the command list as well. I think you can go online somewhere and get a list of the commands that work on the channel. So thanks for the followers. Oh, I think I've already said that, but thank you anyway. Thanks again, Zachary. Always appreciate the follow, especially from a fellow assembly coder. Okay. So is it just this decal edition thing? Maybe it's this. So what this is doing, this is grabbing our. Well, let's see, what is offset diff? Oh, okay. So this is grabbing. Screen RAM. Wait, what? Offset diff is. Oh, okay. This is because we have. Oh, we don't need to add the offset diff because this isn't looking up in. Oh, wait, maybe we should be looking it up in. Wait a minute. So our screen is actually at. Hang on, let's find out where our screen is at. So our screen is at C1000 here, C000. But it looks like what's happening is up until that point, up until this point here, bullets are actually their collision is worked out in this memory space here at 7C100, which is a copy of the current map that you're in. So I'm just wondering if that's what we need to do here as well. And so instead of screen row, it should be map lookup. Or what we can do is in here we can remove this bit here. So now it's actually looking in the correct area of memory. And then it comes into here. So that would be correct. Screen point, collision point, shift screen point. I don't know why it's saying shift screen, but let's have a look, see what happens. I'm not entirely convinced about this, but at least I know where the problem is. So I've got somewhere to look next time. And I think, yeah, I'm just trying to wonder what to do on the next. I'll have a think about what to do on the next Cecconoid stream, but I think I've got an idea what it is now anyway. So it might be more of this if I can't figure it out. I'm hoping GoldenEye works lag free. I mean, it bloody well should do. It's an Xbox 360 game, so it shouldn't be that tricky. Okay, so not seeing that weird bug, but then again, I might be leaving this routine before it's ready to do anything. Oh no, dropping into it, coming in here. Oh no, it's removed there. Okay. 1 second, I will check that. Let me just run this. It just been playing it today and it's fine. Okay, cool. I'm literally I'm not gonna play through the game. I'm literally just doing the first level on the easiest setting over and over and over again. Sean's back. Yeah, I can't stay awake at the GoldenEye. Okay, so it seems like I can shoot perfectly fine now. Don't seem to be getting any weird issues. Oh no, see that's still got issues up there. Oh, okay. Okay. I've got 15 minutes to have a go at solving this. So I think it's definitely to do with that. So let's take a look at how the bullets work, right? So a bullet, when it stores its, so let's move this over here. When it stores its position, I think it uses. Okay, so this look, it seems to be using the screen MSB. And then we've got screen SM here, which is using screen LSB, screen MSB. And those are taken from, there's the add bullet. Let's see. Clear bullets, draw bullets. See, what's happening when they draw? Yeah, I mean it's just screen address straight away. There's no weird lookup here. This is screen addresses. Okay, that's easy. So that means this is probably correct up to that point. So we're ignoring. Just gonna comment out. Actually, we're checking everything again here. Oh yeah, no, yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna comment out all of this because we're not using any of that at the moment. I just want to make sure I can see what I'm using and what I'm not. This is adding our 29 on. We know that's not a problem. We know it's this that's the problem. So the question is, where is it actually looking up? I guess that's the next thing to do. So let's find out. This is not the easiest thing to load and debug because I still haven't fixed. That's the wrong one. I still haven't fixed the breakpoints for this. So this is probably going to be a bit awkward to set up. So let's insert cartridge, Cecconoid. There we go. Okay, so now I just need to find the memory address when it gets in. So we're looking for non-bullet here. That is at 58FB. Okay, so let's go to 58FB. Put a breakpoint on there. I thought I swear I'd set this last time. Don't make me do this every single time I load this up. It's gonna though, isn't it? It's gonna make me do this every single time. How did I change it now? Right, oh yeah. It is set up. Okay. Maybe I don't have joysticks turned on. Oops. I should have joysticks turned on. I can't see why I wouldn't. Joystick on joystick port 1, joystick port 2. There we go. Why it was on joystick port 1, I do not know. There we go. Okay, so it's jumped into this routine now. And it's because the mace has hit something. So the mace has hit something there, and now it's doing a check to see exactly what it's hit. So it's going to look at 99, which is in here. And 99 is this one, and it's looking at C500, which is indeed off the screen. It should be looking at C. Well, it shouldn't be looking at that. That's the wrong position. I mean, it should be looking here, which is okay. So I think we found a. Oh no, hang on. 99 C1 C5. Okay, so that probably is correct. Sorry, my bad. Hmm. Oh, that's yeah. 7 on one hand is probably right. He's from Cornwall. Seven is correct, right? Oh, how many are you holding up? Okay, 3. Fair enough. I thought you meant how many have you got on one hand. Uh, why? And I don't get what's going on here. Something about this routine screws the bullets up. I can't think what. This might be one for next time. But at least I know where this issue is, just not why it's happening. Wait, hang on. I've got decal Y and decal X as well. But obviously we're not setting those. So let me turn that off and see what happens. Because one of the problems is these bullets aren't hitting the wall. Ah, I bet it's that, I bet it's these two values here. Yeah, it is. It's going to be these two values. Okay, let me so this will obviously, because I've turned the add decal off, it's not going to draw a decal. But at decal X and Y, it has to get from somewhere, and because we're not setting that, it doesn't know where to set. It doesn't know where to draw them, so it's just drawing them on everything. So you see, so I saw some in the middle. It did something weird then. No, it's still doing it. Look, there you go. Question is why? Oh, it's whenever the mace hits something. So if the mace hits scenery. Ah, okay. So anytime the mace is hitting something, the bullets turn to things. So if I sit like down here, yeah, all right. Okay, that makes sense now. So, which is this routine? This routine gets called whenever that happens, right? So, which means it's getting into this point here. So it's not this routine. So let's get rid of that. So let's see what happens if I just put an RTS in here. What happens? Maze collision issue. Yeah, it's definitely something to do with that. That's weird. But yeah, it is as soon as see, even with that routine cancelled out, if I sit like down here. Oh no, see, it's not. No, it is. It's every time that hits. Every time that hits an edge. Okay. Thanks for the follow, Travem. Welcome to the stream. We've got about 10 minutes left on the main stream, and then I'm going to play about half an hour of GoldenEye. I just want to practice the first level, trying to get under a minute. I've got it down to exactly a minute. I think I can do it in a little bit less. I just need the perfect run on it. I've got to get my lines right. My lines are all screwed up at the moment. It's been so long since I played it, so. Um, okay, so that's having no effect on it. That's having no effect on it. So it seems to be just the act of coming into here and doing this at all. Because then it goes in here and does all this, does a reduce hit points, hit piece. Let's have a look if hit piece and reduce hit points do anything that I would particularly need to know about. So that doesn't, that just seems to all be particles, particle deltas, that's fine. Reduce hit points. Okay, is there some other calls exit without removing? But you see nothing in here. Oh, load the destroy X, destroy Y, but we've not blowing anything up. The thing is, blowing stuff up, it seems to be fine. Thanks for the follow, Indie Retro News. Welcome. How you doing? Okay, so not that one. Just look in the right place. So if I don't call this, it doesn't cause a problem. If I, well, actually, let's just double check the theory, right? Let's go back in here and run this now. Same thing. We're going to collide with the side. Now I know exactly how to do it. So just popping in to say hi. Oh, hello and welcome. Okay, so the problem is if I sit here and shoot this way, okay, so it's colliding with the edges and it's fine. So it's not a problem here. Same down here. Yeah, okay. So it's only if we call that routine. It may just be that I have to do a different routine, which is a bit frustrating because you can see how many moving parts there are in that removing part. So oh dear. See, destroy X, destroy Y. We're setting those. So let's have a look what we're setting. So we do set destroy X and destroy Y. There's a here and here. What would cause a bullet to turn into a decal? A bullet will turn into a decal if it thinks it's hit something. So let's go and have a look at the bullets. So the bullet thinks it's hit something because this has come back. This value here has been calculated and has come back. Oh no, that's add bullet. Hang on, let's find the update bullet. Same thing though. There will be somewhere here. There we go. So that takes the bullet position, adds an offset, which is 0 page, stores that at this location here. And there is nothing else in here outside of bullet locations. And it just jumps straight into destroyable remove item, which is interesting because it doesn't set destroy X and destroy Y in here either. So let's go back up here and have a look. If it's hit something, won't it destroy the bullet? No, because the bullet is outside. So there's a range check in here. This check here is checking that something is in the range of solid objects, basically. So in the font set, it's the right fonts. It's everything below here, basically. Everything in here, because all this is particles and things that you can that can kind of go through each other. These are all kind of transparent objects, basically. So that's what this is here. That's what it's calculating. Let's just go back up to the top of this. So this is okay. So destroy X and destroy Y is set by this routine, which is grabbing the X and the Y of the bullet and putting it in. Okay, we know. Wait, what's that? Okay, well that's something that has to be set. So let's just set that quickly. Um, So we're setting that, we're setting this, we're setting that, we're setting this. Okay, so that's these two here, destroy X and destroy Y set up here. They're recalculated by these routines, but we can't even get it to work properly with the first one. And then we're taking screen position, so screen SM, storing that at screen point and collision point, screen point, collision point. And that's what we're doing in here as well. We were using collision point. I should maybe have called this screen point so it's not confusing. In fact, let's change that now. That probably makes sense, because then it makes the rest of it a bit easier. So we're using screen point instead, which does mean I need to go through these and change these. Then it makes this a bit easier as well. Makes it a bit simpler to understand, because now we don't need to store a screen point because that's already the same. Yeah, it just simplifies that code. Actually, it takes two commands out, so that's good. Which means we do need this offset diff. Okay, because it's still a screen position, so we're still in screen space here. And then we just come to here, which just jumps into this routine. Decal X and decal Y. Okay, where are those being set? Because we're not setting those. So let's find out where they're set. Apparently nowhere. Shit, where are they being set? Huh. Interested. Because that should be, you would expect that to be around here somewhere, but it's not. Okay. I mean, decal X, decal Y. Why is that not showing up in anywhere in the stores? So we're loading, but no storing anywhere. Collision, maybe. I can't see it being that though either. Thought this should find everything in all parts. Maybe I need to open them all up in here or something. But interesting. Just look for the word decal. Maybe that's okay. So decal X and Y are in 0 page, but nothing seems to be set in those values, which is awfully odd. Just loading them. Um, I think I might have found the problem. Maybe. Let's just open everything. God damn it! Let's just get everything open. In case I'm missing something in one of these files. And for some reason, the search doesn't search all the files. I mean, it should do. Oh wait, hang on. We're reassigning them here. Hang on. It's going to be in this routine, isn't it? God damn you. God damn you. Oh, this is okay. Okay, I know what this is. So this is if a bullet is moving, it will store its position in decal X and Y. And then when it moves, if it hits something, decal X and Y is where it draws draws the decal. The destroy X and Y is the position it moved into. So that's where it begins its kind of look for what it needs to destroy. So that's why that's there. And now I've opened a million files. So I'm going to quickly just make this change, and then I'll put some golden eye on. So give me 2 minutes to sort this out. Probably won't work, but let's just try it anyway. Which is I'm going to store. Where's our checkmate collision? Here we go. And because that value is taken from in the bullet, it's done in the update function, so it's always set as a bullet moves. So what was happening is as the bullet was moving, it was setting the decal X and Y, but it was not getting used until it hit something. But because the mace hit something, it immediately started using it. So I think this has fixed it. I know exactly what was going on there, so I feel really happy that I figured that out. I mean, I should do. It's my code, right? So hopefully now, boom, there we go. And we shouldn't get those weird leftover pixels anymore either. Okay, so the only thing we need to do now is just turn the collision on. So I'm just going to quickly. Oh no, we do have some leftover pixels. I don't know what that's about. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what that's about. We can look at that on the next one. So I'm just going to turn all the collision on now. Uh, how do I turn all the collision back on, actually? Okay, so just turn all this on. Get rid of that. We'll do the rest on the next stream, but I think that's pretty decent. It's never lupus. Good house reference there. I like it. Yes. It should work in all directions now, and our mace is nice and heavy. Okay, I mean we've got some issues with the decals, but we can look at that later. But oh wow, in fact we've got lots of issues with the decals, which again seems to be to do with touching the edges. So if I touch the edge here, yeah, seems to be related to touch. Okay, so there are some issues, but should be clockwise. Okay, we can change that. That's fine. Wait, why is it going that way around? quickly sort that out. Where's the mace? It is so X. So just minus 32. There we go. Doesn't it ignore certain charts? Oh, you mean for the decal stuff? There's something going on when I hit the edges of some. So when it's colliding, it does cause some weird issues with the decals, but that's fine. I just need to. I need to. I just need to look at that. But that's kind of good. We've got most of it working now, so I'll call it a night on that.